Welcome to Clay Pigeon Kart Club, the track that helped launch both Jenson Button and Lando Norris. And today, it's the Intermax drivers stepping into that legacy. Fast, fearless, and fighting for every inch of the track, these young drivers take on one of the quickest circuits in British karting. Hold on tight, the future of British motorsport begins right here at the start line. Hello and welcome to Startline, hosted here at Clay Pigeon Raceway, one of the fastest tracks in the United Kingdom. We are here for round 3 of the Clay Pigeon Kart Club. We have the Intermax final coming up for you, so don't go anywhere. Hello everybody and welcome to the paddock here at Clay Pigeon Raceway, where we'll have the final of the on-track action from the Intermax class. This is the track where the likes of 2009 Formula 1 world champion Jenson Button started his career, and more recently crowned 2025 Formula 1 world champion Lando Norris started his. We sent our reporter Isla to try karting out for herself. Let's see how she got on.
Opening in the late 1950s, Clay Pigeon Raceway has seen karting through the decades. Some of the biggest names in motorsport started their careers here, including the likes of 2009 Formula 1 world champion Jenson Button, who won the 1989 British Super Prix at the age of 9. 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton secured his first race win at the track. Reigning 2025 F1 world champion Lando Norris first learnt to drive here at the age of just 7.
Of round 3 at the Clay Pigeon Raceway Intermax Championship saw Ben Hunt pick up an early lead and build up to an 8-second win. However, we did see numerous spins, including Nikita Roberts and Zay Williams later on. However, Nikita did build up to 2 positions gained later on in the race.
This battle continued all the way through the race, with Nikita Roberts, Ethan McNally Roberts and Jack Gillett exchanging places, fighting fiercely for the final 2 places on the podium as Ben Hunt stretched his legs into the distance.
But ultimately, Nikita Roberts stayed patient and made this move into turn 2.
Roberts still here at the back of this battle, and she's getting inputs from the parents on the side, and here she goes down into team 2, taking that 3rd place back, sitting tight on the back there of the car of McNally Roberts. These 3 just continually swapping paint and plastic contact through the race. Ben Hunt here, though, we didn't see much of him during the race because he was out front, cool and calm, making himself known as he took a terrific win. The second of 2 wins out of 2 in the heats here at Clay Pigeon.
Heat 3 saw a restart after a very aggressive push on the inside lane for turn 1. You can see Oscar Churches already turning his head, trying to keep things calm and cool into the first couple corners of the race, but it ended up with a restart. On the restart, we did see a decent start from the 66, and we did see also a few spins.
Nikita Roberts picked up a white flag warning from the stewards for the contact into turn 2.
Oscar Churches maintained his lead at the start, but eventually Ben Hunt applied enough pressure to make the move into turn 3 and take that position, and he held on to that for the remainder of the race. Zay Williams continued to close the gap after that. We saw an amazing battle between Nikita Hunt for P4 against McNally again to close out the final heat, but ultimately Ben Hunt took heat 3 and is now on pole for the final.
What a first few races to start the day. Yanis, what do you think of these Intermax heats?
I think they were great to watch. The introduction of the Junior Rotax engine to the Cadet chassis means that they're confident in the handling of the karts while stepping it up in the speed department. I think this is a great proving ground for drivers to progress in their skills.
And Evan, what are your thoughts?
In terms of the action we've seen on track today, it's not been quite as close at the front as we'd have liked, but through the pack there's been so much different battling going on. I think it's up to 6 different podium finishers, which is great for the class, and will be great for our final as we see a lot of different drivers fight for that win.
Thank you. And Yanis, who is your driver to watch today for the final?
For me, it would be Ben Hunt. His unrivaled pace and consistency, not just today, but over the first few rounds of the season, has been incredible. Just the smoothness and finesse with which he handles that kart is amazing to watch. For me, he's my personal favourite.
He has been brilliant so far. Evan, do you have a different driver?
I think there's a couple of people who could challenge him today. I think Ethan Roberts has been really consistent throughout the day. I think it was second, third and fourth he achieved over the 3 heats. And the other one, maybe Nikita Roberts, she's shown some really good speed in the dry. There's a little bit of rainfall that's just hit the track now, so it might dampen, but hopefully it doesn't dampen his spirits, and hopefully she'll push on forward for the main race.
Thank you guys, certainly some great drivers to look out for. Let's go and chat to them now. Our reporter Isla Sykes interviewed Ben Hunt earlier today.
Ben, you've had a great season so far. How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm pretty good. Practice has done all right, so hoping to keep going.
So going into the final, a lot of people are expecting you to be at the front. How are you going to keep that momentum going?
Just don't have any bad heats, no incidents, and it should be all good.
And finally, who would you say is your biggest rival coming into today's race?
Probably Oscar Churches, because he's been quick in practice.
Thank you so much and good luck for today.
Great to hear there from Ben. He's had a great day on track so far. Yanis, do you think he can carry this momentum into the final?
Based on his results just from today and the first 2 rounds of the season, I think he can definitely carry through this performance. He's fast, he's consistent, and those are the 2 main qualities that make up the best drivers on this grid.
And Evan, who do you think is going to be competing with Ben today?
Well, I think whilst Ben's the clear favourite championship leader, she's shown why he's the championship leader. 3 wins so far today. I think, given the track's right, I think Nikita Roberts will be one to challenge. She's shown really good pace throughout the races so far today.
Thank you very much, guys. We now move on to one of the most highly rated drivers in the field, last year being crowned the Honda Cadet class champion here at Clay. She has moved up to Intermax this season in hopes of a new challenge. Remember the name, Nikita Roberts.
Last year, at just 10 years old, Nikita won the Clay Pigeon Kart Club Championship, making her the first female driver to win the title. This year, she's embarking on a new stage of her career, moving up to the Intermax class. Karting is an expensive sport, costing around £6,000 for a new kart. Nikita and her family are privateers, therefore aren't supported by a team.
Which essentially means we do everything for ourselves.
I got drawn to karting because I just liked speed.
You must be multi-skilled if you're going to be Nikita's dad, Dickon, who is their race day engineer.
We all do the work on the kart and mostly do that work at home.
In teams, they often just give you new clutch, new chain. We just use what we've got.
She started the year training in her new kart, and by March, she was ready for her first race in the Intermax class.
We've been in the Honda for 3 years and we were looking for bigger grids.
For her mum, Lenka, she provides emotional as well as practical support. She's trackside for Heat 2 after a tricky first heat due to the low visibility.
She was happy in the last session. She's not going to be happy now on those tyres.
Yeah, and after the races, I mean, Lenka's good at talking to her. If it's a bad one, then she'll be crying, she'll lock herself in the van. Yeah, Lenka's job seems to be more driver management.
Karting isn't just for the weekends, but also makes its way into many aspects of their lives.
So these are all my monster truck Lego.
Nikita has great ambitions of being the first female Formula 1 driver, but her interest for motorsport didn't start with karting.
I have a remote controlled car.
I'd played with them when I was a kid and I knew I didn't want a slow one.
It's fun to play with and it's fast.
She could control it really well. And actually when she drove it back towards her and she could steer it, that's what made me really think. There's something in her brain that works in that direction.
With an eye for driving, the next step was to have a go in a Bambino kart in pursuit of her new hobby.
My mum and dad took me to Clay Pigeon.
They had a bunch of 6-year-olds who had never driven before, so it would be a good day to jump in.
And it was pouring down with rain, and I had fun even though they gave me the slowest kart.
She didn't stay slow for long, moving up to the Honda Cadet, earning over 60 trophies across 3 years.
Some of them championship trophies, the Clay Pigeon Kart Club Championship last year.
I think this one's my favourite.
So Nikita won the Best Performance by a Junior Award with the British Women's Racing Drivers Club.
The winner is Nikita Roberts.
an award won by many prominent female drivers before her. Controlling the car at speeds reaching 60 miles per hour requires strength and endurance gained through training.
I do 15 pull-ups and 15 push-ups every day.
She's racing boys, and especially at her age, some of them, they're all growing a bit quicker.
Despite her fierce appearance on the track, Nikita still finds time to be a kid.
My favourite animals is a shark. And this is my pillow, Sharky. This is my big Squishmallow, Sharky. This is also another Squishmallow, Sharky. This is also a Sharky, which is called Sharky. I think that's all my Sharkies.
However, she still feels the effects of a high-stakes, high-speed race.
After a race, I sometimes am shaking because of how much adrenaline that I have.
Yeah, what these kids put up with throughout a race weekend is extraordinary.
In a race of 17 drivers, the final saw Nikita gaining 3 places, finishing in 4th.
Do I get a trophy now?
I think so.
I'm shaking. Huh? I'm shaking.
Winning her first Intermax trophy is a big moment for her, given it's her first final in the class.
So are you happy with the Intermax now?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's more fun now that I'm, used to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great to hear from Nikita about her karting journey so far and her hopes for the future. Our reporter Isla spoke to Nikita earlier today.
So Nikita, this is your first season in Intermax. How do you think it's gone for you so far?
I think it's gone quite well, considering I haven't done much practice in the Inter. So yeah.
Good, and how do you think these first few heats today have gone for you?
Well, the first heat was a bit rubbish because we had the setup completely wrong and it was wet. So I span and then it just didn't get any better.
Well, the weather seems to be picking up for you. How are you feeling going into the final?
I'm quite nervous. I think I have a chance to get on the podium.
Well, good luck and thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you, Isla. It is nearly time for the lights to go out. It is almost time for the Intermax final.
It's round 3 of the Clay Pigeon Kart Club Championship. We are here live and ready for the Intermax final around this 815-metre track, known for its technical turns and high-speed straights. We are now coming up to the final corner on the formation lap to get this race underway. It's Ben Hunt on pole, with Nikita Roberts alongside in P2 on the front row. Nikita Roberts lines up in P3, and then Oscar Churches in P4. Thomas Roscola rounds out your top 5. My name is Yanis, and I'll be taking you through all the live action alongside Andy, who joins me in the commentary box today. However, here we go. We've got the line going, and it is go time. Ben Hunt has a decent start on the inside. Nikita Roberts trying to cover him off. Oh, he's gone wide, though. There goes Nikita Roberts on the inside. Up to P2 she goes. It's been a decent start. Oscar Churches also not too far behind. Heading into the hairpin for the first time this race. Andy, who do you think is going to win this race?
I think it's Ben Hunt is surely the favourite. He won all 3 heats despite where he started in those races. But Nikita Roberts is hungry, and she's proven to be very, very quick. She likes the drying track. Heat 2, where the track went from damp to warm, she really flew and put down the fastest lap in that session. So let's see what she can do from P2. She's making real progress here and is keeping Ben honest.
Oh, she's already applying pressure to the race leader, and Oscar Churches isn't too far away. He's going to be waiting for any opportunity that comes his way in the coming laps. He's already hot on the heels of Nikita Roberts, heading into the hairpin. Is he ready for a move? I'm not quite sure. Does he want to fight with Nikita Roberts at the start of the race? I'm not sure. Do they want to allow Ben Hunt to grow that lead? What do you think, Andy?
Church is there though in 3rd place. The 63 car the 13 car was named as the biggest rival in that opening VT with Ben Hunt, that interview that was done this morning. So I think Church is also one to watch. It could go either way, and this track is drying out. Remember, it rained only 10 minutes ago, so there are damp patches on course. These tyres will take longer to warm up, and that will play into different drivers' strengths accordingly.
The sun is also just about starting to come out to play, so the track will continue to dry out even further as the race progresses. Nikita Roberts had a decent exit out of the S's, turns 4 and 5, heading into turn 6. Oh, it is getting tight here up in the lead.
It's so tight. Ben Hunt being kept really honest by Roberts, who being kept really honest as well by Churches. These three are so close and exciting. Barely a paper between them as they come round the top bend and start another lap down the start-finish line. There's different ways down here. Tuck in behind, dive out on the inside for turn 2. Let's see what Roberts does. She keeps it clean. She's biding her time.
I can see the tension building, not just here, but also in the spectators' minds. They head through the S's. Who's got a decent exit here? Looks like the two behind. Or had a look down the inside. There was potentially an opportunity there for a late dive, but patience is going to be key here for the two drivers behind.
Ben Hunt had it simple and easy in the first 3 heats. He was driving away into the distance with great aplomb, but here he's having to fight for it. Nikita Roberts and Oscar Churches really keeping him honest. We've got a terrific battle on our hand. This 10-minute plus 1 lap final race. And Roberts coming really close down now into turn 2. She stays tight through the first of these double cornered corners into the S's 4 and 5. Keeps it neat and tidy, tucks under up the straight, and there's Churches behind.
Ben Hunt is thinking about the bigger picture here. Down the straight, he was telling Nikita Roberts with a hand signal, let's push, let's get away from McNally Roberts behind, let's get away from the two drivers behind, and then we can sort this out later. Let's just get a lead over the rest of the pack, and then we can have a scrap. Or, in his case, he's just trying to stall. He's just trying to get some space between himself and Nikita Roberts, but I'm not sure what's going through her mind at the moment.
She just did the fastest lap of the race on the last lap out of these 3, so she's really, really quick in these conditions, although Zane Williams behind has now taken the fastest lap in that next bunch. He's back in 5th, and we saw him being very fast earlier. But these top 3 keeping together, Hunt, Roberts, Churches, down into the hairpin.
This is going to be very, very interesting. We're now approaching the halfway point for the race, and it doesn't feel as though much has happened, but it also feels like there's just tension building all the time. I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm just waiting for a massive, massive move from one of the drivers ahead. Oh, it's all to play for up here in the top 3 on the podium positions.
The grip must be changing with every lap, so it's going to take a brave move to see what can happen. Break a little bit later every single lap as the grip comes good, as the sun warms the track, as the tyre temperatures rise. And here comes Roberts now. She's much closer to Hunt on the outer 3 through 4-5 on the S's. And as they make the move down, high speed, down the Sturmey straight to the hairpin.
I'm also keeping an eye on McNally Roberts and Zay Williams in the background there. They've also swapped positions a few times. They're having a magnificent scrap for P4. I don't think they'll really prove any challenge or any threat to the top 3 at the moment. We do still have half a race to go, though. Plenty can still happen as we head out onto the main straight once again. Here's Nikita Roberts. Looks like she's had a better exit using the slipstreaming. Is she close enough for a dive into turn 2? Not quite. She's thinking about the longer game here. Maybe she's trying to build a gap to Oscar Churches behind. It does seem as though that gap is growing. What do you think?
I think it is growing. I think these two are pulling away. Hunt is taking Roberts with him, and Churches can't seem to keep with the pace. They like these conditions, the top 2. They are really making moves, and Roberts keeping it really tight, really mature. She's just waiting for the moment. She's keeping it right on the racing line, the most efficient way of driving. These two are making that count as they disappear into the distance, and at some point she's going to have to break that and make a move.
Keep your eye on Ben Hunt. I saw him make that hand gesture again. It's kind of like a slicing, chopping motion with his hand going forwards. I saw that on the back straight, him doing it again. It's him saying, let's keep pushing, let's just get away from the driver behind, just keep it clean, and we can have a fight later, if at all. He's just trying to push away from Oscar Churches at this point in time. And look at that gap between the top 3 and then Zay Williams and McNally Roberts. They've really opened up that gap together.
These top 3 in a class of their own. They look like they should be secure for the podium unless they do something silly. But a great battle behind. McNally Roberts being kept very honest by Zay Williams, who we know is quick and is trying very different lines. Very, very wide out the second part of the horseshoe. Dives back right and then left into buttons. And here on the top bend as they come down the start-finish straight now.
Ben does seem very confident in the fact that Nikita Roberts isn't ready to make a move yet. So they're wanting to push just a bit more so they can get that gap to have a fight. However, they are coming up on some back markers. Look at that.
The traffic can make all the difference. These two are going much slower, and this will be interesting to see whether Roberts can play this into her advantage. Has she spotted them? Has she seen this might be the chance to make a move? Why Ben Hunt has to disrupt and navigate these back markers that are going much, much slower.
Oh, the thing to keep in mind as well is that they are battling, so they are going to be unpredictable in the way that they fight. They could be anywhere on the circuit. Nikita Roberts, she's still applying some pressure to Ben Hunt, but happy to sit behind him for a bit just to get past this traffic, unless she sees an opportunity. Turn 3, both through. Oh, no!
Here we go. This is a great move. They tucked behind 44. Hunt is being tucked up by the 44 car. Roberts now surely with better momentum, but the yellow flags are out in the hairpin. They can't overtake here. We've got a car in the barrier, so they're going to have to wait. And then the green flag doesn't come at the next post, so they still have to hold position. Roberts has to sit in behind Hunt. She can't overtake. And now they've been given a blue flag, but I haven't seen a green to say they can go racing. So I'm not clear about the status of the track. Is it a full course yellow?
It doesn't seem to be a full course yellow just on that corner, but look at Oscar Churches, that gap has opened up there as well. He got stuck in traffic, so now these two are probably going to start having a go at each other, maybe trying to test the limits. Nikita's really going to be poking the rear end of Ben Hunt to see where she can sneak through. She's hot on his heels heading into the hairpin here, isn't she? So
the braking zone at the end of Sturmey Straight here into the hairpin is no longer an overtaking opportunity while those yellow flags stay out. She's going to have to try a different position, perhaps at the horseshoe if that's allowed, or certainly down at turn 2 where we've seen her do it before. She's even used turn 3 with a much more calm entrance to 2, carrying the momentum through to the second part on turn 3.
I'm interested to see how their exits compare here out onto the main straight. It's still a decent gap between them, but by the time they hit turn 2, that gap drops to virtually nothing. And then, of course, there's the opportunity for an overtake into turn 3 as well. Turns 4 and 5, hot on her heels, but can't do anything here. Is it still yellow flag in that sector, do we know?
It is yellow flag still. Only 3/100ths of a second separates the leader, Ben Hunt, from the protagonist, Nikita Roberts. She wants to come through and show him that she's a genuine title contender. She's coming to this class really, really serious, and she wants to show them what she's capable of.
Looking at their lap times, there's virtually nothing between them. 37.29 from Ben Hunt and 37.33 from Nikita Roberts. That's 5/100ths between them. There's virtually nothing there. It's all going to be about where and when, I reckon, for Nikita Roberts. She is looking very, very racy behind Ben Hunt.
She looks really good. Church is now in a race of his own. He's going to have to consolidate that third place on the podium, I think. He's not going to get anything else. And here comes the replay of the crash down at the hairpin. And he's just drifted wide, perhaps a bit slippy offline on that wide line. The track hadn't dried from the karts. And in fact, you can see now, if you look down, there is definitely a slightly drier line where the warm tyres are drying that track nicely. Here they come again then, the end of lap 14. Still Ben Hunt, followed by Roberts.
We've got another 2 or 3 laps to go. And again, the tension is at an all-time high. Nikita Roberts playing the long game. Ben Hunt is trying not to sweat his bum off with all that pressure being applied to Nikita Roberts. We do not have a yellow flag down by the hairpin anymore, so that has opened up another opportunity for Nikita Roberts. She does seem to be fairly confident coming out of the S's, doesn't she?
Interestingly, these two are not doing the fastest laps currently, so we know these two are capable of doing very quick times, but they aren't finding it in the minute. So is Ben Hunt driving slightly more defensively than he looks like, having to keep that place secure, and that should mean that Roberts has got pace. She just needs to decide when and where to deploy the move.
I reckon turn 2 is going to be the choice of overtake, to be honest, because Ben Hunt is so confident in the fact that Nikita Roberts still wants to push with him. He's keeping the kart all the way out to the left, so she just needs to catch him off guard, and then she can make that move stick. And it's fairly easy to then maintain that position through turns 3, 4 and 5, and then it's just about maintaining your momentum on the exit of the S's and then keeping your kart in the middle of the track heading into the hairpin.
Just 7 seconds to go as they come around the top bend, the final bend on this circuit. Will they make it over in time? I don't think they will. So this will be the last lap.
Oh yes, last lap, baby, and it's the last opportunity for Nikita Roberts to make a move on Ben Hunt for the win here in the final, round 3 of the Intermax class here at Clay Pigeon Raceway, and it has been a tense race between these two. Our top 2 contenders have been talking about all day, now coming down into the horseshoe for the final time today. They are neck and neck, and I'm not sure who's going to win this one.
It's so tight. Nikita's run Ben really tight. We thought he was going to drive into the distance. He hasn't done so. Nikita's kept him very honest as they come around the top end for the last time to cross the finish line now. Ben Hunt takes the spoils, followed by Nikita Roberts, and our runner-up for the podium, Oscar Churches, settles for 3rd place, the bronze position today. Zane Williams secures 4th, Ethan McNally Roberts 5th, Thomas Frascario is in 6th, Harrison Randall 7th, and Lenny Donington 8th.
Wow, what an incredible race. Ben Hunt, again, just the image of pure consistency and pace, smoothness and finesse. And Nikita Roberts just applying the pressure non-stop, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, she just couldn't find a gap to make the move stick.
And as we said earlier, Zane Williams was the fastest man on track. We saw him super quick earlier in one of the heats, and he was the fastest man today in this race, but that wasn't enough to get him onto the podium 4th place will be no consolation, I don't think, for that fastest lap time, and he'll be wondering what he could do better next time.
I'm also just wondering about the championship standings, about how this will affect them. Ben Hunt obviously will continue to extend his lead over Ethan McNally-Roberts, while Harrison Randall, Thomas Roscola and Nikita Roberts will do a bit of shuffling. Nikita Roberts will definitely gain the advantage over Kozler in the championship standings, 143 points each. She'll make a good dent into Kozler's championship hopes and hopefully make some progress on that as well. So Andy, who would be your driver of the day then, both in the heat and this final?
I mean, it's been a terrific day of racing here at Clay Pigeon. These drivers have had to contend with very changeable conditions. We've seen a very wet circuit early on. We saw a very dry circuit in the middle, and we've had changeable conditions in 2 of the heats and this final. The marbles on the outside of the circuit here at Turn 1 show you how much rubber there was being ripped up at one point on this changing. I think we thought that Ben Hunt clearly was the favourite, and he was terrific in all 3 heats, really stamping his dominance. But I think you have to give it to Nikita, because she kept him so honest in that final race. Gave us a terrific battle for the top spot.
Wow, absolutely. What a final, though. Let's go back down to Isla in the pit lane and hear from the top 3.
Ben, you've come first all day. You must be feeling ecstatic. What was the race like today?
Well, it was very tough on the 3rd heat, getting through everyone. Final's tough, trying to get a gap.
Well, I'm sure today has massive celebrations in order. What are you going to do with your family to celebrate?
Probably have McDonald's on the way home.
That sounds great. Now, Nikita, today's been a bit up and down. The weather's definitely impacted earlier races, as you said. How are you feeling about coming in second?
I think it's a really good improvement for me, considering this is my 2nd ever race, ever final in Inters.
What's this done for your confidence going into further races?
It's made me a lot more confident.
And finishing off the podium, how do you think you did that out today?
Well, I think I did quite good, including the 2nd heat. I didn't finish because of the caliper and the brake.
Well, it's been a very busy weekend of racing. What does the rest of today look like for you?
I feel like it's been really good, and I think it's gone well.
Thanks so much. Back over to you.
Thank you, Isla. What a day it's been for Intermax. However, before we go anywhere, let's take a look at the final results for today round here at Clay Pigeon Raceway. Ben Hunt took the win after a closely fought battle with Nikita Roberts, who pushed him all the way. And Oscar Churches followed close behind in 3rd, not really troubling those in front of him. Well, what a day it's been here for the Intermax class. There's been plenty of action down here at Clay Pigeon Raceway. We hope you've enjoyed the action from these heats just as much as we have. We hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching Startline. Take care and goodbye.